yet under battle of this final race for them. Of course, they've been out for their heats and done their qualifying. Oh, a few guys jumping a little early there. They've been caught up by the gate. One to the inside there. It looks like Orlando is caught up in the gate, I think. But we look to the front there. Kingsford, the 20 machine, looks to have got himself out to a great start.
And it looked to me like Parker Ross, our current championship points leader, was nearly last into the first turn. And I believe he has just slotted himself already up into 4th place.
How is that possible? Wow, what a passing opportunity he's had in that opening lap while everyone is stacked together as their riders first lap around, trying to come to grips again. As we have mentioned so many times, this slippery surface, it is Kingsford.
Hey, Kingsford, what a start.
Yeah, ripping out at the moment. Correct me if I'm wrong, he was in a position at Adelaide for a good result, but unfortunately,
it came down to the very, very last corner of the last lap. Now, that's indoor Supercross racing, but the rider that made the pass on him, Parker Ross from America, is back in 2nd place now, and he's actually in a battle with Cade Kingsford's teammate, Kobe Drew, who now is back there in 3rd. So we've had a rider go down. We're trying to pick up a number there on the side of the bike, but the battle continues here on screen between Parker Ross and our 3rd place rider, Kobe Drew.
So Drew actually looked down at the rear wheel coming onto the start straight, truly not believing how slippery this surface was, thinking that possibly he might have had a flat tyre, but no, it's just that slippery surface as we see the boys entering into these really big whips that have not broken down at all. So far in the day, we're used to seeing the surface break down, cup out the faces of these whoops and become very difficult, but these have held strong all night. Now, with our race leader, 3.4 seconds actually just dropped back to 2.6. I was just about to ask Lee, will we see a battle here for the lead from Ross? Can he close down that gap?
Well, I think Cade Kingsford obviously wants to try to maintain that lead, try to stretch it out a little bit, try to give himself a bit of a buffer, because in his mind, he has no doubt that if Ross is close enough to him, he will be aggressive and try to make that pass and do whatever it takes to get the win. So for Cade Kingsford, it's all about trying to string together fast laps at the moment. He doesn't need to get defensive and try to cover his lines at the moment while he has that 2.6 second gap. I think the key player at the moment is the whoops. It looks to me as if Parker Ross has just got a little bit more momentum up and across these whoops.
It looks like Campbell there on screen is having a good little battle. There's, I think it might have been Rowe up there with them as well over the finish line as they finish off lap number 3. As we go back to our leaders, and it is clear to see that Kingsford is starting to be reeled in by the 2nd place rider there of Ross. Oh, Kingsford, a very hard landing that time around just before the triple. That will have slowed him up. Can Ross close down? This is where a lot of the time is made for Ross.
And just a little bit of a heads up for people at home watching, as we see a pass being set up now. What a move from Parker Ross up the inside, moves himself up. How slippery is this track, Danny Ham?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see it become this slippery. I thought maybe, oh, look at this. This is a bit of a replay from Adelaide between these two riders. Ross holding Kingsford up very high in that corner, just not offering any room for Kingsford to come back underneath him as they go down across the start line again.
Yeah, look, that was a really quite a polite pass from Cade Kingsford in comparison to what Parker Ross did. That was close to going over the top of the berm. But look, I'm hoping we can see Cade Kingsford hang with Parker Ross for a little while so that we can see a little bit more of that action.
So this is the real difference between the two riders. Ross very strong through here. However, Kingsford likes to stay nice and tight, but just simply can't quite get that traction down with their slippery surface. And yeah, didn't quite get the drive he needed to stay up there with him. As we click down yet another lap, we'll be seeing the last lap board relatively soon. Lap 5 they've just entered, or complete, I should say.
Now, interesting to note here, the SX3 class are not doing the Triple Crown format like we see with the SX2 and SX1. So this is a standalone final for the SX3 class. So maximum points up for grabs here at Newcastle for these two riders. Will it be Parker Ross? Will it be Cade Kingsford that takes the maximum points here? Now, while the riders are going across the whoops here, and we have Cade Kingsford getting stuck and losing all momentum coming through the whoops there. Just wanted to quickly make mention, Danny, the problem we had during qualifying. We saw a massive crash from Jake Cannon, who was so fast. We look forward to seeing him race here tonight in Newcastle. He was injured at Adelaide, but unfortunately, a massive crash. We're trying to find out what he's done to himself, but he was looked after by Race Safe, and we certainly hope that he's okay after that massive crash through the woods.
Ross comes around and collects the last lap board, so only one more time around here as he works his way through some of the lap riders, and he's extended that lead out. The battle was really there momentarily between the two Yamaha riders of Kingsford and Drew. The last lap they went across the whoop, so I'll just try and glimpse, see if they're right together. They still are pretty close. Oh, look at that! Kingsford, I think, was it that's gone down, or was that Drew that fell down? And it was Drew that went down in the turn. So Kingsford will get back to second, and our race leader will come around towards the finish line. He will collect the checkered flag and collect the win here in Newcastle.
And second place coming through to take a well-deserved second, Cade Kingsford. But of course, yes, Parker Ross, 2 wins for 2 starts, and an amazing display of riding here at Newcastle.
Fantastic effort as the sun sets down here at this round in Newcastle. The sun getting very low and getting into the eyes of the riders, especially through those woods. So as we look at the